I haven't played VR in years. Ever since I moved into this flat, I have intended to, but continually procrastinated on actually setting up my VR headset and all the peripheral things that are needed to play VR. While I was on break for my birthday, though, I decided that I would give it a go. I would try and see if I could get it set back up again in this new space. However, because this is a new space, I was going to need to move some things around to get space to actually play the VR in, if I wanted to do room scale VR. One of the ways I decided I would do that is I moved a couch from one end of the room that I'm sitting in to here. I now sit at a couch at my desk instead of at a computer chair. That comes with some caveats, but mostly I've really enjoyed it. It's honestly made sitting at my desk for long periods of time just so much more comfortable. Many aspects of my body thank me. Once I had all that sorted, all I had to do was set up the stuff, right? Set up the wires and the cables and all that. I've actually had the poles that have the little boxes that detect the VR headset and controllers set up for some time. They have been just sitting in the corners of the room for the whole time I've been here. So with those set up, all I really had to do was get the cables out of the bag and sort them and plug them all in, right? But that's when I hit a wall. It would seem that past Rory decided that when moving stuff over here, and generally when storing the VR equipment, I moved all the VR stuff in a bag, except for the link box. The link box is this little box about this big that your PC plugs into one side and the VR headset plugs into the other. The bag that contained all the wires and the headset and the controllers and everything else did not contain the link box. So, for a significant amount of time, I was going back and forth, rummaging through everything. I spent a good 4 hours of one night just rummaging through boxes that we have in our back room, looking in our storage room, looking for this link box. I knew it couldn't be just anywhere because the main feature of the link box is that it has, or one of the main features of the link box, I suppose, is it has a sticky side that is really, really sticky. The reason why I didn't store it with all the cables, I didn't want it getting stuck to stuff that is required for the VR headset. So in some genius move, past Rory put it with a different box, a different thing that was brought over with all stuff of mine from the house. After much searching, one morning, I found a box that I somehow had missed, because it wasn't in the storage room. Found a box that I had overlooked in one of the other rooms of the flat, and lo and behold, with some of the earliest stuff that I had ever brought over to the flat, I found the link box. So after like hours and hours and hours of trial and frustration, I finally found the box. So then I just had to plug it all in, right? I plugged it all in, I hopped onto Steam, and what do you know? It didn't connect. Again, after all the time I had spent on this by this point, I was like so flustered and frustrated. However, thankfully, this particular problem didn't take hours and hours and hours to solve. An old solution fixed this problem. For whatever reason, the connections used for the HTC Vive can be a little bit temperamental. All it took was unplugging, replugging, resetting my computer, then unplugging and replugging once more for the system to connect. I got it connected, and once I was able to set up the room scale, it was all working. I, for the first time in well over 2 years now, have got my VR set up again. I can play VR again. I can play VR again! So with all that said and done, I should be playing some more VR stuff in the near future. One of the first things I want to do is play through Half-Life Alyx again. But there are games like Boneworks that I never played. There are a ton of VR games that I just have never managed to play for one reason or another. Either I missed it when I had my VR set up, or it came out when my VR was down. So yeah, videos and maybe even streams of VR in the nearish future. I'm gonna have to refigure out the audio setup to get my voice to record with VR stuff. The VR headset's built-in microphone is terrible. I will have to get that old lapel mic out. But that's a whole different kettle of fish. For now, all you need to know is that I have my VR set up. I will hopefully be having VR stuff in the near future. And if you're excited, hit that like button. If you want to make sure you see the VR stuff, then subscribe. And hit that notification bell to get alerted to my videos. Thank you so much for sticking around for this video, and I hope to see you in the future with some VR content.